Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. It has never been a better time to play Guild Wars 1 than it is right now. Or Guild Wars Reforged, if you've caught the hype.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
The game just went through an entire new reforging with some updates to graphics, audio, system design, and of course the hype and the excitement around the game has never been higher. I'm going to cover the reasons why I love the game and why Guild Wars Reforged may be your new favorite game. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Guild Wars Reforged and Guild Wars 2 content. Okay, so Guild Wars 2 is very well known as one of the more storied and stable MMOs in the genre, and that is still very much true to this day. However, the whole reason that Guild Wars 2 has gotten to where it is because of the original Guild Wars game, what it actually did. So Guild Wars Reforged, as it is now called, started with the whole idea of being an MMO that's kind of a pseudo MMO. The game is a party-based action RPG with some MMO elements. The MMO elements being paired with other players in city hubs and towns, and then allowing players to work together to overcome missions, explore, and unlock new abilities. The best part about this is even if you don't have a full group of players to join in, you can have henchmen or even later heroes to join in and fight with you. The heroes, which I'll take a very quick moment to say that they're amazing in the sense that they act just like a player. They have like all the full capabilities of a player, like dual classing, custom skill choices, armors, weapons, and more. And you can basically kit them out as if they are a robotic player, exactly how you want them to be. It really is an amazing system, actually. These elements being built together to form what we love about Guild Wars 2. But even about 20 years later, the game really hasn't lost steam or gusto. There is still a very big community of players who specifically play Guild Wars 1, or Reforged now. It's going to take a minute. Exploring in the original Guild Wars allows you to really see all the people and the places from the MMORPG version that is currently live, and it's really actually quite magical. Now with Guild Wars Reforged out, it's the perfect time to go and explore those roots of the game that we love all so well. Without a doubt, the best part of Guild Wars Reforged is their class building and skill design. So every class starts out with just themselves, but very quickly you unlock the ability to dual class with another one. And I do not mince words. The sheer amount of class and skill combinations is ridiculous. You choose your subclass and you get to be a slightly weaker version of that class. Obviously, it's secondary subclass. And then, of course, comparing that to if it was your original choice, but you still get most of their skills and abilities almost right off the gate. This provides a unique ability to combine all the different classes in the game in a system that you really can't find anywhere else. For example, there are hundreds of skills in each class. Legitimately, look at the wiki. There are so many skills available. Now, and you don't get them all right out the gate, of course. You have to work for them. But honestly, that's part of the fun. Many skills can, of course, be learned from the trainer. Many more of them can be gained if you use the Signet of Capture skill on glowing boss mobs. This requires you to have, of course, a Signet of Capture on your bar, but then you go and defeat an enemy and replace that Signet of Capture with the skill choice that they had in use. Now, the best part about this is the elite skills. These skills are, again, from boss mobs, but usually have something pretty unique. Like one that I use for my ranger is Barrage, which hits all nearby enemies to the primary target for pretty good damage, and it's very cheap. Heck, you can quite literally spin any class combination that you have to fit your need. Touch Rangers, Bunny Thumpers, heck, I was just referred an Assassin Warrior build that uses a hammer. Like anything that fits your fancy, you can almost do in this game, and it's done in such a great way. The goal of this is allow you to customize your character the way that you want to handle anything that the game throws at you. And honestly, build crafting in this game is so deep and the amount of customization is wild. Okay, so I played this game when I was a kid, and man, the PvP was some of the most fun that I had had in any game. So Guild Wars Reforged PvP allows you to create a character specifically used for PvP, artificially boosts them to max level, and allows you to jump straight into the fray. You have all the skills and abilities that you've unlocked on your account thus far to use, but it also allows you to test them out and see what the skill combinations really work well, and it's really just fun. Okay, now where the joy comes from this is the basic idea that you have your own build design and you can join in with other players and to see how well that build works. You can make a build that's durable, you can make it strong, you can make it deal good damage, be resilient, but it's not all about you, and that's what's beautiful about an party RPG game. With it being a party-based game, you and your allies have to pull their weight as well. And what's wild about this is that you can essentially throw together all these different test builds here to see their significance to see if they're effective, really, all while having fun. I remember playing as a whammo, or a warrior monk, as a kid, and sword and shield enjoyer. I used the healing hands elite skill, and it was nearly impossible for me to go down. I was able to essentially heal all the way to max because people were attacking me. There is so much to enjoy about the fast-paced PvP here, and that's not even to mention the guild versus guild battles where you try to like kill the enemy's lore before they get to yours, and it's great to see this in action. And I personally love the Guild Wars 2 PvP. This is a lot more fun. It ends up being a lot more strategic, but man, I think you're really going to enjoy this. Okay, so PvP might not really be your thing. Well, be prepared to really cook with the hard mode versions of this game. Now, essentially in Reforged, the hard mode makes your enemies a lot tougher to deal with, and they have superior AI, meaning that they won't focus on a target that's already popped a bunch of defensives. They'll move out of AoEs a lot sooner. They'll react more. They'll kite longer. There's a lot of different things that they will do that your NPCs actually really won't. And this is where the mastery of the game really comes in. To unlock the hard mode, of course, you have to beat the primary campaign mission for each of the main Guild Wars campaigns, so Prophecies, Factions, or Nightfall. Once you have done this, be prepared because it only goes downhill from here. This is not even to mention that if you wipe too many times on any given mission, you have to restart from the beginning, and it makes it that much more intense. But why do you do this? Well, you can earn a whole bunch of different achievements, you can work on some titles, but more importantly, you earn better rewards that drop from enemies. Now, I recently went through the Prophecies campaign on the normal versions, and some of the missions were pretty challenging, actually. Others were easy, but of course, being on hard mode, I can imagine that it would be that much more difficult. So you have something that is challenging that you can sink your teeth in, and then there's a reward at the end of it. That's pretty damn cool. The main reason that I recently went back to playing Guild Wars Reforged, was to earn the Fiery Dragon Sword in Guild Wars 2. See, there is this thing called the Hall of Monuments that allows you to connect your Guild Wars 1 and 2 accounts together and earn rewards in Guild Wars 2 by completing things in Guild Wars 1. And this is actually a really big deal because previously Steam players who were playing Guild Wars 2 on Steam now have access to the Hall of Monuments, where previously you only had to use the native launcher for Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 1. The swing of excitement alone should be enough to motivate some players to work on those items, but even more so are the coveted titles that are available in Guild Wars 1. And there are quite a few that you can earn in Guild Wars Reforged to show off in Guild Wars 2. God walking amongst mere mortals, closer to the stars, just to name a few of the more difficult ones that you can unlock. And when I say difficult, I mean it's more of a trek. It's a grind, but it's also like a badge of honor. I mean, I only went for the Fiery Dragon Sword because I really like the idea of having the sword that my whammo used, Rook Searing Blade. The Fiery Dragon Sword was all about my identity then, and I really wanted it to have it for Guild Wars 2. There's all sorts of other things that you can get, like unique ranger pets, weapon skins, and more. Possibly the biggest reasons why to play Guild Wars Reforged, in my mind, is the renewed excitement around the game. As I mentioned, there's already a fairly large community of people who still play the game, and with it being reforged and their renewed focus on content development, it is almost palpable, the excitement around this game. I, for one, am excited to see a lot of new people trying out the game from my childhood, as it is one of the reasons that I fell in love with MMORPGs, truth be told. It's probably going to be here for a minute, and then of course start to die down and teeter off. Of course, video game launches and relaunches, that happens all the time, but I guarantee you it will hook some players into enjoying and playing this great game. Not to mention that there are more updates in the future, which is nothing less than spectacular. Who knows what they may do? They might work on the system engines for a little bit and then maybe have a new expansion, a couple of new zones, some new classes. I don't know. The fact that they're taking the game off of the shelf and putting it into active development, in my mind, is more than incredible, and it's a fantastic reason to jump in now. If you are interested, I recently just posted a video of my entire journey to unlock the Fiery Dragon Sword, and you can see the entire compilation here. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.